All right, welcome back. We are reading The Classroom at the End of the Hall, and today we are finishing the story. So hopefully you've been listening the entire time. We ended last time in the middle of a chapter. We have two students, Francis and Howard, that ended up hearing a noise in the ceiling. Scritch, scritch. They went upstairs through the trap door, and what did they find upstairs? Angie?
A whole room with apples and a guy who was making the sound in an old rocking chair, and then Francis or Howard was studying the room, and I think Francis asked him, "How did you end up here? And were teachers always real?"
Okay, now what did this guy? He's W.T. Mellon, right? The original teacher at the school. Where did he come from? What happened there, Josiah?
Apple Island, I think.
This Apple Island, where on the northern half all the teachers were wonderful, nice teachers. What about the ones on the southern part, Hayden?
They were all like grouchy.
Yeah, crab apples, right? Crabby teachers. Quentin?
You came from Northwood.
Oh, thank you. I did come from the north side of the island. Okay, so when we ended, he was about to show them something. Hold on. Yes. Okay, I will go back and reread the last couple paragraphs, so we're back into it. All right, listening ears ready. Francis and Howard champed on the apples as they tried to picture a mile-long playground. A splatter of pigeon droppings woke them from their daydreams. Remember, there are pigeons in this attic. "But what are you doing up here?" said Francis. "Why do you live above our classroom?" asked Howard. "It's time to show you something," said Mr. Mellon. Here the man rose to his feet and stepped over to a dusty shelf on the back wall. He picked up a large vial filled with purple smoke, and that's where we ended last time. When he pulled off the stopper, Francis and Howard caught the scent of something familiar. The aroma of a classroom on a Monday morning. Part janitor floor wax, part magic marker, part smelly tennis shoe. "Voila," said Mr. Mellon, swirling the glass container. The purple smoke spun like a tornado. See? See what's in there? Amidst the smoke, Francis and Howard saw images of numbers and letters all whirling madly around the vial. "What's it for?" said Francis. "Is it dangerous?" asked Howard. "Perfectly harmless," said Mr. Mellon. "It's a mixture of chalk dust, pencil shavings, eraser crumbs, and a special ink brought with me from Apple Island." "So what good is that purple stuff?" said Francis. "What have you done with it?" asked Howard. The burly man paced the room from one book wall to another, swirling his vial. "I've sprinkled this elixir," that's the name you can call like a potion, "in every school in the world," he said. "My formula is what makes a classroom an extra marvelous place. After all, if boys and girls are made to spend 180 days a year in them, shouldn't classrooms be the most wondrous places?" "I've been in classrooms since kindergarten and never found anything special about them," said Francis. "Me neither," said Howard. "Oh, wonderful ones," said Mr. Mellon. "Has your teacher ever called on you to answer a tricky math problem and suddenly you hear the answer from somewhere in the back of the room?" "I suppose," Francis admitted. "And did you ever forget to do your homework and that turns out to be the day your teacher is absent?" "Yeah, once," said Howard. Mr. Mellon slapped the side of his pants, causing more dust clouds. "That is my Apple Island potion at work," he said. "But of course, those are simple tricks. My latest formula here in this vial is much stronger, new and improved. In fact, this latest potion is still being tested in my laboratory." Howard gave the room a quick once-over. "This is your laboratory," he said, as a white pigeon dropping fell near his feet. Doesn't look like it," said Francis. "But my laboratory isn't here. It's down below. My laboratory is your classroom. The room at the end of the hall. That's where my strongest elixir is tested." Before Howard and Francis had a chance to ask what Walter T. Mellon meant by this, the dusty man stopped his pacing and held a finger to his lips. From below came the stomping of shoes and the sound of muffled voices. "Recess is over," said Francis. "Our class is coming in." "We have to get out of here," whispered Howard. "How quickly recess time can pass," said Mr. Mellon, returning to his rocker. I've enjoyed our talk, wonderful ones. A good conversation is an excellent way to learn something about anything. Like two frightened mice, Frances and Howard darted from the room and through the book maze. At the trapdoor, they peered down into the coat closet. Directly below them, Rosalie was hanging up her jacket. She left the closet unaware of the two pairs of legs dangling over her head. The instant the closet door closed, two bodies fell to the floor, landing in a jumbled pile of legs and arms. Howard rose to his feet, slapping the dust off his pants. "Now we're in for it," he said. "Looks like it," said Frances. "Just wait until the teacher catches us coming out of here." Upon emerging from the closet, however, the pair found the class sitting quietly at their seats. Up front, the tall teacher's head remained on his desk. His snores filled the classroom. Frances and Howard smiled at each other. Without a word, they raced to the computer. They found Rosalie's floppy disk and inserted it into the disk drive. "What should we write this time?" asked Frances. Howard pointed to the ceiling. "Do you believe all that stuff Mr. Mellon told us up there?" he asked. "You know, about Apple Island and his special elixir?" "Not a chance," said Frances. "He was just a batty old man who has been up with the pigeons too long." As she spoke, the computer screen flashed. Frances and Howard shot back to their chairs. They gawked at the large words appearing on the screen. "Thanks for the visit. Come again soon. W.T. Mellon." And that's the end of our book. All right, now, question. Do you think Mr. W.T. Mellon was somehow orchestrating all of those lessons all the students in the room learned?
Yeah.
Like the art teacher that came in that helped Charlie be confident about drawing? Or do you think he was behind the purple reader that could predict what was happening to that child that didn't like to read?
Yes.
Or even the messy desk pest? Do you think he was behind teaching her that lesson?
Yes.
All right, so I think his magic potions are used to help teach children lessons that they otherwise wouldn't learn on their own, right? All right, so you can show me with your fingers of 0 to 10, how much did you like the book? I'm always just curious. All right, we got a lot of 10s, we got some 5s, we got some, no, actually, I think we have all 10s. Lots of 10s, all right. I like that book too. I hope you at home enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.